What's up, everybody? I'm Max, and today we're not playing video games this time. So today, because my history teacher got some work for us to do, which is to pick a book specifically about things that happened between the late 19th century until the end of World War II. And as a big World War II fan, I had to pick this. The greatest hero, probably not the greatest, but I guess he was one of the main characters, if you can say that. He's the general, General Ike of World War II. And not only that, dude also became one of the greatest presidents in America. After him being a general, he became president of America. So dude is crazy. You guys all know how hard is it to be a general and then to be a president. Not only he's a general, but he's a 5-star general. There's not much of these days, because there isn't any much of these days, because there aren't any war that's going out for America right now. As in not being the part of allies going for war, but they're not being at war right now on other country. So basically, America doesn't have a 5-star general right now, but they have it. They have MacArthur, and there is the Eisenhower. There is General Eisenhower, who fought World War II for the American people. And it is hard to be a 5-star general, and these people are being recorded as legends in American history. Now, before we get started, please subscribe and drop a like below, like how the American dropped a nuke in Japan. So for the first 60 plus pages in this book, it is all about his background. It's all about where he lived, where he been through in high school, and at a primary school, and what happened with his dad, his mom, and his brother, and why did he have the name Ike. And the reason why he has the name Ike is because he was nicknamed Ike. So is his brother. His brother is also the Big Ike, and Eisenhower's name was Dwight. So since his brother wasn't called Ike anymore, he was the only one who was called Ike. So that is how he got his name. So let's get started. Get into the details. During his early life, Eisenhower was born in Texas, 1890s. It wasn't the 20th century yet when he was born, and he was brought up to Kansas. He was born in Texas before. He was the third of the 7 sons. He is good at sports in high school and received an appointment to the West Point. So he's stationed in Texas as a second lieutenant. He met Mamik Geneva Dodd. I think that's how I spell her name. So he married her in 1916, which is the year of World War I. Although General Eisenhower did not serve in the combat during World War I, he served as the commanding officer of the U.S. Army Tank Corps at Camp Colt in Gettysburg, which means he trained soldiers who were going to use tanks on the Western Front in World War I. He performed way beyond his rank and developed a skills of administration, management, logistics, organization, and most importantly, leadership. That is how he became a general, with leadership, right? That aided him during the next World War. Next, this leads us to General Fox Connor. This guy made Eisenhower his assistant in the Panama Canal Zone for some years, and it greatly improved the look of Eisenhower's military record. Meeting people with great powers often helps a lot, and General Fox Connor helped Eisenhower to transfer to under the legendary Black Jack, General Pershing, who was not a 5-star general, but a 6-star general of that time. There was nobody except for him who had ever got that rank. If we can say George Washington have 7 stars, next rank just might be General Pershing. So Eisenhower started his work under his command in the American Battle Monument Commission, aka ABMC. He then attended the Army War College, where he graduated first in his class in 1928. After graduating from the Army War College, like I said, he was reassigned to the American Battle Monument Commission, arriving in Paris in August 1928. So while he was in Europe, he learned to read Français, French, but he doesn't know how to speak Français. Yes, French, and continued his study of World War I battles, and made a book called American Battlefields in Europe. It was like a 200 pages book. It's pretty interesting. I recommend you guys check it out. It was written by General Ike, his own. In 1935, Eisenhower got to accompany with General MacArthur to the Philippines. Man, I just wanna be Eisenhower so bad, bro. MacArthur is literally the American hero in my heart. Okay, where he was charged with developing the Philippine Army, which later gained independence in 1946. Speaking of MacArthur, I just want to say how badass he was in World War II and Pacific Warfare. Oh my god, I just want to talk about him. Like, the Pacific Warfare is so interesting to talk about. And, you know, General Ike was in the front line leading the D-Day in World War II, but in Pacific Warfare, man, that was like so brutal. And MacArthur was like the main character during that time.
Jetzt eine Stimme ab. Wenn ja, dann tritt für mich ein, so wie ich für dich eingetreten bin.
In 1939, September, Nazi Germany was the rising power. Countries invaded countries, war happening everywhere in the world. Japan keep on colonizing. Now, fortunately for the Americans, the USA didn't join the war, not until the day Pearl Harbor was ambushed by the Japanese. I mean, because they needed their oil, you know what I'm saying? That means in 1941, America joined World War II to fight back against the Axis power as part of the Allied ones. After the attack, General Marshall quickly assigned Eisenhower to be in charge of coordinating the defense of the Philippines, which didn't work out that well because Philippines was colonized for the next 3 years. Still, in 1942, Eisenhower finally got promoted to Major General because of his well-made battle plans. The next year, 1943, was probably the most busiest year for my guy, General Ike. He led several operations and campaigns around the Mediterranean Sea, such as Operation Borello, Operation Torch, the Tunisia campaign, and the Italian campaign. What I like a lot about these operations is that the army from the Great Britain worked with American soldiers most of the time. And you know, Great Britain had the strongest navy in the world even during that time, and American was a rising power. They are so industrialized, they got so many firepower, and two of them together is a cheat code. And it made it way more successful to fight back Nazis. In the meantime, the war in North Africa has ended, southern Italy has been taken by the Allied, and 250,000 soldiers surrendered in Tunisia. These people are the Axis power, they surrendered. Now in 1944, one more year before the war ended. Of course, back then nobody knew if the war would end or not. Not until Paris is liberated. France needs to be liberated first so that the Allied power can invade Nazi Germany. General Ike took advantage of the weather to start Normandy landing on June 6th. Although D-Day was brutal, and yes, Normandy landing also means D-Day for British, I guess. D-Day means Normandy landing in British? Yeah, I guess so. The landing caught Germans by surprise, which pushed back the Nazi and controlled the French coast. So the Allies have finally got the hope of the war finally ending. Look, I'm pretty tired right now because I've been making these speeches that I type into Google Docs for a while. Now, just a reminder, if you can do it, please consider hitting that subscribe button for me. I make streams, gaming streams, and video and YouTube shorts edits all the time on YouTube. And if you want to subscribe, then just go ahead and do that. Please, it'll do me a very big favor. Thank you. Now let me continue my story of Eisenhower. Let's go. At the end of 1944, on December 20th, he was promoted to General of the Army, which means I think it's 3-star or 4-star general. That same month, the Germans launched a surprise counteroffensive, the Battle of the Bulge, which the Allies turned back in early 1945, but then Eisenhower made a plan and repositioned the army, improved their forces, then re-attacked them and invaded Germany. But then they realized that Berlin was already, the Red Army arrived before then. French, Belgium, England, and America. So they have to divide up German into states, like the United States, and they got a part of Germany, which was called the Occupation Zone of America. Then Eisenhower, as General of the Army, he got the role of Occupation Zone Commander in 1945 after the war. So for the sake of the video, for the history rubric, for the sake of that, I have to make some connection with the video on YouTube because I just checked on the rubric. So not only I have to discuss about the book, I also have to discuss about the things on YouTube. So I found some movies on YouTube. It's about Eisenhower, surprisingly. Yay. So we're done with this book. This book has no, surprisingly, there's no argument of this author, because this author is introducing the character General Ike, and he's a real life person. Of course, I said it before. And what am I talking? Yes. Now I'm gonna go into the video. So now, as you can see on the screen, is the 3 videos that I found on YouTube, and yes, I watched all of them. All of them are great. They are like webisodes that you can watch on throughout the web, but they released it on YouTube back in, it's like a pretty old movie. It was released on TV before. I did some research on it. It was released on TV before, back in the days. My favorite part in the movie was that President Roosevelt, which was the American president back in World War II, he assigned General Eisenhower to World War II, which is very, it gave me goosebumps, alright? It gave me goosebumps of how cool this is, and I can see it in the movie. If you want to check it out, then just go ahead. It's like a pretty long movie. Yeah. Unfortunately, I couldn't finish the whole explanation of the whole book for you guys, but I can stop by at 1945, where Eisenhower becomes Occupation Zone Commander Officer. But I can't finish the rest of what Eisenhower did as a president, and I can't do that because of the project length problem. So I guess this is the conclusion. I mean, come on, man. This book is what, this thick? You expect me to finish it in a 15 minutes video? It's never gonna happen, my friend. It's very hard to even read this whole book, and it spent me the whole winter vacation to read it. And hell, it spent me only 3 days of editing. Believe it or not, you know. Oh my god, bro, it's been so long and so so tired making this video. And so this is the conclusion of the video. And for this book, I really love it. I love the process of making the video, although this is tired and pretty frustrating for the editing. But you know, editing is my profession, so why not? It's not. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time in my channel. If you're in my channel, anyways. I'll see you guys next time. Maybe not tomorrow. Bye bye.